Welcome to the last night of virtual VBS. This is the journey. We're going to be making lanterns for our journey. And we can make these out of any jar, just like we did with the prayer jar. You can use a mason jar, pickle jar, jelly jar, you name it. Does not matter what kind of jar you use. All you need for this is a jar, some Elmer's glue, food coloring, or paint. You can use any kind of liquid paint if you don't have any food coloring, and any color is fine. I had some red at home, so I just grabbed my red. And then a pipe cleaner. And these little tea light candles, I bought a pack of 6 of these at Walmart. I think they were about $4. I think they're even cheaper probably at the dollar store. So that's what I put inside it. They're battery operated, and you can turn them on and off. So to get started with this, we're going to use the Elmer's glue, and I'm just going to take the lid off so I can dump a bunch of glue in here. And when I say a bunch, you want to just probably cover the bottom portion of your jar, and that should be enough glue. Alright, so the bottom of my jar is covered in glue. Then you take your food coloring or paint, whichever one you choose, and I'm just going to drop a few drops in here. Obviously, the more, if you use red for instance, the more you use, the redder it will be. The less you use, the pinker it will be, because we've got white glue and red dye. So maybe I'll try to make a shade of pink this time. So once you get your food coloring or paint inside the glue, so it's just sitting there, so we need to kind of mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to use just the end of this spoon, you could use a knife, spoon, whatever, to reach down in there and stir it up. And you can stir it as much or as little as you want. You can kind of leave the little swirly look in there and not stir it up all the way, and that would be fine. And once you've done that, you just kind of let the glue and food coloring run all over the jar by turning the jar. Tilt it around. If you decide at some point that you don't have enough glue, you can always add to it. And it's looking like this one's going to be a little more pink than my example, which is kind of neat. And I don't think I have enough glue. So I can see in there most of my jar is not covered yet, so I'm going to add some more glue to it. And then I'm going to add a few more drops of food coloring. And I'm going to stir some more. You can mix colors if you want. Totally up to you. And the cool thing about this is you can see it covering the whole jar. Even more glue. I have a big jar. Stir it up again. Keep going until you get the whole thing filled in. There we go. All right, and I took the time to coat around the top edge too. If you want to do that, you can. You don't have to. But all you gotta do is just let the glue run almost out and then turn your jar and let gravity do the rest. You can see the glue and the dye running around this outside edge here. I'm just trying to coat the inside of the jar. All right. So once you've got that done, you want to turn the jar upside down and let it sit for about 10 minutes or so, and all the extra glue and dye that's not needed on the side of the jar is going to run down onto your napkin, or you might want to use a paper plate to do that with, or anything you can throw away. Once you do that, you need to let it dry for about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how much glue you use. And when you've done that, then you're ready to put your handle on. So I just use regular pipe cleaner. You might want to use a hot glue gun for this so that you can make sure that your handle is good and sturdy and you're going to actually be able to pick it up with the pipe cleaner. So all you do is you just put a little dot of hot glue. Make sure you get your parents to help you so you don't burn yourself. Let it sit. And I'm going to flip to the other side and put a little dot over here. And once you've got your handle on, you want to let that dry a few minutes. And you're going to get your tea light and just drop it down inside. Turn it on, drop it down inside. And you're done. You've got a lamp to light you on your journey. You can take it camping, put them around your room, put them on your porch, wherever you want to do it. And you've got a lamp.